Affirmation Station, Affirmation Station. What's today's affirmation? Welcome, sunshine, to Affirmation Station. My name is Charente Carr of JCLV21, where I joyously coach life victory. And today, I am the conductor on this here train where we learn how to maintain our mind, our body, and our spirit before departing to our next destination. Like every show, I'll be walking you through 4 exercises to kickstart and invigorate your day with your mind at peace, your soul feeling loved, and your body feeling right. This stops has transfers to the best day ever on platform 2 or the worst day ever on platform 3. Choose wisely on how you're going to see your day on today. This show is live recorded on the Wisdom app on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the morning time in the Pacific, specifically. It can range from 8 a.m. to a start time of 10 a.m., okay? The Wisdom app is available on iOS and Android. This is an audio app with amazing mentors that pour in wisdom every hour of the day. Join the community. It is free, okay? This episode, we will be focusing on making the most of your benefits and investing in your well-being through a thing called open enrollment that you receive from your employer, generally around November of the year before the benefits start, okay? As this show is being recorded, this might not be the time for open enrollment at your job, but listen here, hear me out though. This information that I'm sharing right now with you live or in the replay will help you make better financial and wellness choices for you and your family the next go around for open enrollment. So hear this episode through because it will bless your life. So because I try to make this a very fun show and make it also easy to follow along with, there's some sounds that I want to let you know that are going to go down. The first sound is this one right here. This ding dong means we are beginning an exercise. And if you hear, this means that exercise has just completed. The beginning and the end, okay? So without further ado, we're going to go ahead to the first exercise of the day. And the first exercise of the day, actually, it's not the first exercise. Let me not lie. Welcome to the pre-exercise, okay? We're going to ease some energy that has been stagnant. Wake it up and shake it up just a little bit more. Put your hands out in front of you and start shaking them from side to side. I said shaking them from side to side and shaking them from side to side and up and down and all around and up and down and all around. Keep shaking, keep shaking, keep shaking, just don't break them. Keep shaking, keep shaking, keep shaking, just don't break it. And stop. Woo! I already feel more giddy and alive and here, okay? This is how you cultivate your energy. And it's something that's super simple that you can do every single day. Exercise completed. Okay, we're heading to the actual official first exercise now. This first exercise is called Say It and Claim It. This is all about speaking words of affirmation. So if you're feeling down, remember it is A-OK to frown. Just remember to speak yourself back up with compliments or saying, I love you. Because don't you love yourself, baby? You got to make sure you love yourself and remind yourself of how much you love yourself. Give yourself those positive intentions and affirmations, okay? Here are the instructions for this exercise. Say these affirmations with me inside of your mind with that beautiful imagination, or say these out loud with that beautiful voice of yours. If you want maximum benefit, say these affirmations in front of a mirror or your front camera. Now, with all that being said, let's go ahead and repeat after me to keep you free. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I am open to hearing from my higher self. My gifts are safe to use and they will help others. My words are in alignment with my best self. I love myself. I trust myself. I honor myself. I value myself. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day in every way, my life gets better and better. My success is inevitable. Exercise completion. You did it. You did it today. You poured that love into yourself. I'm so proud of you for taking the time to speak life into yourself. Just in that moment. That is the moment to celebrate because you are loving you. Off we go to exercise number 2. This exercise is called the breeze of breathing. This is where we focus on our life force, our chi, our prana, if you will. Breathing is a natural thing our body does without us even asking. Today, we're going to consciously breathe, and it allows us to energize our body, focus our mind, and ignite our divine spark within us. Okay, as my mama would say, aka Louis Sampson. Now, I'm going to give you the instructions. Here they are, and they're 4 sets. So be mindful that there are 4 sets. So listen out to how your body is currently in this position and what it looks like. Okay. If you're first lying down, this first set of instructions is for you. Feel the support of the surface beneath you. Relax those shoulders and close those eyes. If you want a deeper relaxation, go ahead and intend your entire body for about 5 to 10 seconds. Release and repeat. If you're currently driving, I got an instruction for you. Move your booty from side to side. Get comfortable in that ride. Sit up straight, relax your shoulders, and keep your eyes open. Safety is very, very important. The next set of instructions, if you're not driving and you are sitting down, you get to move your booty from side to side, get comfortable in your seat. Plant your feet on the ground, sit up straight, relax your shoulders, and close your eyes. And if you need to, just keep your eyes open if it's a must. Last set of instructions, if you're standing up. Stand up straight and relax your shoulders and keep your eyes open. And you can do this even while you are walking. That's the fun part. Okay. Today, we're going to be doing the box technique, and it goes a little something like this. We're going to breathe in through the nose for 4 counts. We're going to hold for 4 counts. We're going to exhale through our mouth for 4 counts. And then we're going to hold for 4 counts again. We're doing this 4 times through. So, before we even begin, I almost forgot. My bad. Please note, if you're feeling lightheaded, please soften and slow your approach or simply stop. If you are pregnant and think you're pregnant, don't hold your breath. Just breathe slow and follow along. Now, let's go ahead and begin. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. One more time now. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Go back into naturally breathing. Exercise completed. Good job on igniting your spark in that moment. Now that your body is relaxed and you are lighting up the world, okay, we are doing this next exercise called Tap It In. In this exercise, we're going to be doing the emotional freedom technique, also known as EFT tapping, which is an alternative therapy for anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, chronic pain, weight loss, fibromyalgia, and many, many other conditions. This technique to me is 2 of the 5 of love languages from Gary Chapman. And those are touching on different areas on our body, on our meridian points to move that energy. And we're saying words of affirmation, also known as intentions, while we're doing that. Okay? Oh, snap. Okay. Pause. This exercise is not recommended if you're currently driving or operating heavy machinery. No matter if you're in good health, pregnant, or experiencing illness, okay, right now in your body, I do ask that you be gentle with yourself when you're tapping on your body. That's how we show love to ourselves, y'all. That's how we show love. Now back to our regular scheduled show. Today, we're going to be doing 4 taps. And they are going to be underneath the eyes, underneath the nose, underneath the chin, and the top of the head to lock that all in. But before I explain what those taps are and really how to do them, I got to give you the instructions to make sure you're ready so we can just hit the ground running. You got to accept what you're feeling right now. Whatever it is, know that emotion, the anger, the rage, the guilt, the shame, the I feel unworthiness, all those things, we accept it because all they are just background music to the journey of our life, okay? And all of them also are part of your alert system to know where you are in life and how that you can also transmute whatever that is into something greater, into something lighter, and removing that cup from you. But know that your emotions and your feelings are absolutely okay. They're natural. They're a part of us just being human. And there's no shame there. Okay? I feel like you accept it. So I'm going to explain to you these taps and the locations. We're going to be tapping underneath the eyes. And the reason I chose this is because it dissolves fear and anxiety and allows feelings of contentment, calmness, and safety. And how to do this tap is literally to get your index finger on both of your hands and go literally right underneath your eyes. So literally on that top cheekbone right there, you can press down and you can feel it. That's the area I'm talking about. So underneath your eyes, I want you to tap on that point. Okay. And the next tap is going to be under the nose. The reason why we're doing this is because it dissolves shame and powerlessness and allows self-acceptance, self-empowerment, and compassion for self and others. How to do this tap is to go ahead and take that finger that you use for underneath the eyes and literally just tap underneath your nose, literally in that middle part. I'll call it the mustache line, between your nose and the upper part of your lip. Okay, that area, that's the under the nose I'm referring to. The next tap that we're doing is underneath the chin. The reason I chose this one is because it dissolves confusion and uncertainty, which allows clarity, certainty, confidence, and self-acceptance. Self-acceptance is a really big one today because we got to accept ourselves so we can bless ourselves at the exact same time. Okay. So how to do this tap is to take that index finger like you've been using this entire time for underneath the eyes, underneath the nose. Now put it underneath your bottom lip, in between where your actual chin is and that bottom lip, that meaty area right there. Just tap in the center of that. So when I say underneath the chin, I'm talking about that point. Okay. The next one is the top of the head. The top of the head, the reason why we're even doing this is because it allows spiritual connection and it anchors in the new balance and alignment from the tapping round that was just completed. Okay. And how to do this tap is to take that index finger again. The index finger is your friend today, y'all. And you're going to literally just tap on this top part of your head. Just bring your hand over your head and then just start tapping down. Be gentle with yourself. And that's the tap way that I am referring to. Okay. You know the reason why, you know how to do all of them. We're pairing all of these taps with the affirmations from Say It and Claim It. So let's go ahead and start by tapping underneath our eyes, and I'll let you know when to switch, when to stop repeating after me, to resume repeating after me, and everything in between. I got you. So tapping under the eyes, repeat after me. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Pause repeating after me. Switch to tapping underneath your nose. Resume repeating after me. I am open to hearing from my higher self. My gifts are safe to use and they will help others. My words are in alignment with my best self. Pause repeating after me. Switch to tapping underneath the chin. Resume repeating after me. I love myself. I trust myself. I honor myself. I value myself. Pause repeating after me. Switch to tapping on the top of the head. Resume repeating after me. Every day and in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day and in every way, my life gets better and better. My success is inevitable. Stop repeating after me and stop tapping. It's been an amazing day. We tapped it out. We breathed it out. We said it out. But we are not done yet. We got one more exercise to rein this all in, and then we get to go to the topic of the day. It is a great day, my friend. It's a great day. This last exercise is called venting gratitude. This is where we give gratitude for whatever it is that we want to appreciate and uplift in our lives. The instructions are simple for this one. Just start out by saying thank you and then start listing whatever it is that you are thankful for. We do this in a rampage style, so that simply means that we're going to go in on whatever it is that you're grateful for until the exercise comes to a close. When you hear the mission completion sound, okay, this is just letting you know that we're stopping the rampage. Now let's go ahead and begin. Thank you, God, for this day. Thank you, God, for now. Thank you, God, for this chicken that I just ate that blessed my soul. Thank you, God, that this is my 1-year anniversary at the company that I'm at. Thank you, God, for each person that signed that card and acknowledged the day that I came to them. Thank you for all of their loving words to me. Thank you, God, for all the wisdomers on this app that I have had the opportunity of listening to and that have impacted me in profound ways. Thank you, Dio, for starting this app, getting your team ready, and all the things that it took for her to do what she did. I'm thankful. I am thankful for myself, taking care of myself. I'm thankful for me making sure I'm taking my supplements to help support my health. I am thankful for me giving myself the grace in order to actually rest, but also get work done. Thank you so much for myself. For Snoop Dogg, or not for myself. Thank you so much for Snoop Dogg to remind me that I have to remember to also thank myself in these gratitude sessions, because I'm so thankful for all the things outside of me, but I'm also thankful for me at the end of the day too. Because if I didn't make the choices that I made and it got better and how I got better, I wouldn't be able to be here in this moment right now. And I'm thankful to myself for continuing to love me. I'm thankful to my mom for showing me how to love myself and take care of myself and treat myself. I am thankful for my aunt showing me how to be a wife and a support and a friend to her spouse and all the fun and the trips that they've been on in their marriage. I'm thankful for her setting that example. I'm thankful for my uncle, for him setting the example as well in regards to how to be in a relationship and a marriage, because that has helped me profoundly in mine. I am thankful for all the people that are in relationships that I have talked to that have been a ear to hear or a person that has told me some things that helped me to enhance my relationship. I'm thankful for all those people. I'm thankful to everything. I'm thankful to the trees. I'm thankful for the water. I'm thankful for the food. I'm thankful for everything that makes up this existence, because I am realizing every single day that I am part of that. And that also makes me magnificent. And I'm thankful for myself also recognizing and being comfortable with just being ourselves with no additionalness at all. I'm just in a lot of gratitude right now. And thank you, and thank you. Exercise completed. My smile is big on my face, so I'm just going to hope and I pray that I'll be able to get through this well. And you're like, how is the smile going to affect that? Y'all, my words might get longer. And so you never know. But I digress. You guys were on fire today, and I'm just so freaking proud of you for all that you've done, for you pouring that gratitude out and appreciating those things in your life. And I see them expanding. I see them growing. I see them things happening and changing for you in the direction that you are actually seeking. Okay. And I always have to make sure I celebrate y'all. You know that, because we've taken the time to show ourselves that love. And because we are great with us just being ourselves, you deserve this round of applause. I am so freaking proud of you and all that you've done and all that you are. Okay. So just thank you. And I will say is that topic of the day. Make the most of your benefits, invest in your well-being. And we're talking today about open enrollment. I get it. It's not today, but this is going to prepare you for later. Okay? It really is. So an open enrollment is generally where an employer gives benefits that help you with your financial, your physical health, and your overall wellness. Okay? Companies kick off open enrollment for employees to choose their workplace benefits, such as health, vision, dental, life insurance, even pet insurance is up for grabs now, y'all. And open enrollment is literally the time where employees can elect for benefit options that are available from the employer that are in those different fields. In addition to voluntary benefits that range from legal services and, what else do I get? I've had legal services on there. I've had supplemental insurance just in case like an accident happens, stuff like that. Like companies have some really good benefits, okay? And there are some benefits that are fully paid for by the employer, okay? Hear me when I say this. There are some benefits that are paid by the employer, so figure out what those are. Generally speaking, most companies, your company might be different. So I just want to say most companies start their open enrollment to like the few weeks before, I would say, like, it generally takes place in November timeframe. Majority of the companies that I've worked at, I'm literally thinking about this right now, have generally always been in November. And the benefits that you're choosing do not start until January 1st of the next year. So that's generally the open enrollment period. And for this period, there's really no subscribed amount of time on how long it is. Some employers' open enrollment can range for 2 weeks up to 4 weeks. It really all depends. So always know what your HR team is saying. When they're like, hey, it's open enrollment, look in that email. Or ask your manager if your manager just told you about it and you didn't get an email. Do your due diligence, okay? And you got to first also know your deadline. When is the time that you have to get all of your elections in? Because for employers and benefits, like I said, they set their own deadlines. They don't go based off no state mandate, no federal mandate. They make up theirs. So figure out what that is and make sure you choose whatever you're going to choose within that time period. Okay, if you are looking to receive benefits through the Affordable Care Act, the open enrollment period is between November 1st to January 31st. However, some states may vary. For the most accurate, you can always check out and Google it, okay? Google the answer. And be like, hey, when is that happening? And just make sure it's the certified website and you're great. And mind you, there is no open enrollment period for Medicare or Medicaid. You can sign up for these benefits at any time, okay? It's all about getting approved for those ones. When open enrollment hits for people that know me, they generally call me. They call me and they say, Charente, I need your help with my benefits. And I'm like, well, I have some questions to ask you. And the main question is what was going on within this past year? Okay, what happened? Did anything happen to you medically that you might need to be thinking about when you're going to have to choose your medical plan? Are you getting older? What's actually happening with you? Because that's a very good determination of what you're might want from the employer benefit package. Okay, was something missing from your employer insurance benefits for the current year? Were you happy with your service provider? Did you overutilize or underutilize certain aspects of your plan? Is there something there you wish there had been more of? If you plan on having kids, okay, in the upcoming year or did this year, you may decide to take out a life insurance policy or disability insurance to protect your income. Okay, you got to make sure you're asking yourself this. And then how many times did you go to the doctor? And how many copays did you have to do? Because you might decide to switch from an HDHP to a PPO. These are just different plan names. I'll explain a little bit more in a second. Okay, I promise. I got you. And you're like, Charente, you're using acronyms. I'll teach you. So just breathe, okay? Or I'm going to give you another thing to think about. Maybe you didn't opt in for vision insurance last year, but you think it's a super good idea to have it this year, okay? If you don't take the time to evaluate your health benefits and look for ways to improve, you can be leaving a lot of money on the table and risk making more costly mistakes. Plus, if you miss open enrollment period because you didn't know the deadline, you can risk waiting an entire year to make these changes. So I'm going to highly recommend that you take the time to evaluate your needs as an individual, which can help you save money, develop better spending habits when it comes to your personal habits, as well as help you to maximize your health benefits. And if you have a family, for your family as well. Because I'll just let you know this. When I was consulting for a particular company that I was in my career, okay, their insurance was ridiculously buku money, and they're like, "Oh, we want like this. We want over $500 for this type of insurance, and it doesn't cover da 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 da." I'm like, that doesn't meet my needs. What in the Jiminy Cricket? So I went to private insurance, and just so y'all know, private insurance is expensive as well. It can range from $200 a month up to thousands a month, depending on the provider and the benefits that you're looking for, the deductibles, out of pocket, in network, out of network, certain procedures are covered, certain medications are covered, so on and so forth. Okay, there's a lot that factors in. So if you're thinking about that and you're like, well, I don't currently have coverage, you can get coverage privately, but know that it's still going to cost you, and it might have been a lot cheaper if you went through your employer because they get group discount benefits because of the fact that they have employees. So I want to throw that out there, okay? Because every year you also change, like I said, physically, you also want to make sure your health benefits change accordingly. And never assume that the coverage needs to stay the same, because sometimes sometimes you'll need to go to the doctor a lot more than you thought you did. Even when I was super sick, I made sure I had the best of the best and I wasn't paying as much out of pocket because I knew that I was in a fight for my life and I was seeing my doctors on a constant basis. I literally saw about 4 doctors once a month, kind of thing for over a year. So I needed a certain level of coverage. So know that you don't say like, oh, well, because of or because of my family member, and they said because of them, they are choosing what's best for their life, not what's best for your life. So you got to know what's best for you and understand yourself and reflect on yourself to maximize these benefits and not leave no money on the table. Now I'm going to talk to you about the different plans because I told you I'm going to break it down and tell you everything. Okay, so some acronyms that you might have heard before are PPO, HMO, HDHP. Okay, this sometimes determines on the type of health coverage network that you're a part of and the health providers that you're able to see. This is very important information, so really here and take some notes right here. A PPO provides you with the most flexibility. You still have access to a network of providers. However, you don't need to stick to those to receive coverage. A HMO usually has lower premiums than a PPO, but requires you to stay in network. That means you only see a particular network of doctors to still receive the health coverage, okay? If you're looking to save money on your monthly premiums, HMOs are usually cheaper than a PPO. However, they provide you no coverage outside of your network. Mind you, you're like, well, I don't know what will technically be out of network. Well, technically, my eye doctor is completely out of network. I have to pay him completely out of pocket. Okay, and because of another thing I'll talk to you guys about, my HSA, it actually already comes from my paycheck with pre-tax money, and that I can use for my health stuff. Okay, so now I gotta tell you about the HDHP. This stands for the High Deductible Health Plan. For this type of plan, you'll have a lower overall premium, but you'll need to pay more of your health expenses out of pocket. If you're someone who doesn't go to the doctor frequently, this might be a good solution for you to consider. Because I know for me, is that I did not have a high deductible plan. I made sure to stay on a HMO. HMO or a PPO. It's one of the two. It really all depends on the price and what was actually truly covered, because of the fact that there's also co-payments that you have to think about, and I went based off whatever was best for me. Now, because I'm a lot healthier, I have a high deductible health plan, and there's a reason for that. And the reason for that is because of the fact that you can contribute to the health savings account, also known as an HSA. I'll explain those in a second, because the HSA is also with the HRA and the FSA. And you're like, what? More acronyms. But stay tuned, because I'm not going to go into that right now, because you have to go with me, okay? Because we're still at the health plan part. You want to make sure that you're comparing the cost between all the different things. And let's say that you're a parent and your baby needs braces because they want their teeth to be more aligned. It's going to help them with their self-esteem, and they just really want it. And you've seen that braces cost around $5,000 out of pocket, and you're barely making it to buy. And you're like, but you're asking for this. How am I going to do this? This is where comparing the benefits is very, 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 very important, because a lot of companies actually offer orthodontics okay? Where the kid, you pay a $1,200 co-payment, and after that, it's all covered, at least for metal braces. And if you want to do an upgrade, it's additional $1,000. But that's for me taking the time to learn this myself and be like, oh, really? So I've literally had employers where they're like, oh, and there's also no age requirement on this. So it could be any age and you can still get braces, like the company I'm currently at right now. So if I wanted to get braces, I could get braces because it's covered underneath my dental insurance from my employer, because I compared the notes between all of them. And also, if I have a filling or a cavity, or like a filling for a cavity, or I need to get a root canal, how much is that going to cost me out of pocket? That's also some information that I look at too, because I'm like, sometimes my dental health is not the way that I think it's going to be, and am I going to be able to afford it with the health plan that I select? And the answer majority of the times is yes. And if you're married and you live in Nevada, you can get dual insurance, which means you can run 2 different insurances. And most of the time, I'm not going to say all the time, most of the time, things will be covered. Okay? Cool. Talk to you about comparing your plans. Here, I'm looking at my notes because I wanted to make sure I covered all the stuff, you know? I covered all the things. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm actually now going to HSAs, HRAs, and FSAs. I think you're ready for it. Okay. If you're planning on participating, like I said, in this open enrollment thing, you may have the option of the type of account known as a health savings account. These type of accounts can help you pay for health-related and dependent-related expenses. They can also be great for managing your finances and taking advantage of pre-tax dollars. An FSA stands for a flexible spending account. These savings accounts you don't have to pay on and can be used for child care services, chiropractor appointments, dental treatments, and so much more. This can be an option for parents looking for a way to pay for childcare, or someone who feels they need to have extra, they think they're going to have extra expenses this year, okay, when it comes to their health. I will say something about the FSA specifically, y'all, is you got to know if you have to spend that money. Whatever you elect for, you got to spend that money. And the cool thing about an FSA is you'll get the money at the start of the beginning of the year, even though technically you did not contribute all that money yet from your paycheck. Okay. So I do want to throw that out there. It's a use it or you lose it type of system. Now let's go to HSA. This is not a use it or you lose it type of system. This is where you build some wealth. Okay. HSA stands for a health savings account. If you choose to go to this route, you can take the time to invest your funds, because with inflation keep going up, this is one of the top things that people forget to take advantage of, because you can actually only contribute so much money to an HSA because of how it compounds in interest. Okay. It's a tax savings thing. So if you're not really getting sick and stuff like that, and you don't need a PPO or HMO, I highly recommend that you do the high deductible health plan, or the HDHP, so that you get access to the HSA, so you have another place to save money for when the time comes that you want to pull this out at a later date. Okay, cool. The next thing is the HRA. A HRA is a health reimbursement account. The HRA is commonly paired with the HDHP. This is because you can use it to reimburse deductibles, co-payments, prescriptions, and so much more, which can reduce your overall cost. So I will say for me is I have an HSA and an HRA. The HRA is actually paid for by my company, not paid for by me. And I didn't even know I had it until I logged in and I called them, because I was like, why do I have 2 accounts? They're like, oh, because your company, you have your HSA, but your company also set you up with the HRA. So anything that's not covered under the HSA because you maxed out for the year will be generally covered under the HRA. And y'all, I looked to see how this worked, especially because I just went to the hospital in December. So what they did is the hospital bill was more than I anticipated. It always is here. It's generally always going to be like it's in the 7,000s. And then I saw that because I had the HRA paid $3,000 of the $7,000 bill, because that's how much was set aside in that account for me, for my employer to let me use that to pay for my expenses. So these accounts can save you crazy money, but you also need to know what you're signing up for, what are the benefits, what are the pros and cons of everything that your employer is offering, everything. And I also want to throw this out there, is that you want to also lastly check for some wellness resources, okay? With everything going on with the work dynamics, companies everywhere are literally taking the time to prioritize wellness resources for their employees, because they're seeing that employees are really, really stressed out. And also, when you have a stressed out employee, you don't get good performance out of them. They need to be relaxed and rested. Just also going to throw that out there. So they offer wellness resources that can cover from gym membership reimbursements, online resources, and tuition services. These perks were made to enhance the quality of life and should be taken advantage of if you aren't already. One of the top ones that is offered by every company that I personally worked for, and I've worked for Fortune 500 companies, just to give you that little background right there, they all have this little benefit. It is called EAP. Yes, yes, yes. EAP is the Employee Assistance Program. This is a benefit program that assists employees with personal problems and or work-related problems that may impact their job performance, health, mental, and emotional well-being. EAP offers counseling and hosts monthly events, provides webinars, self-assessment tools, community resources, and web-based care free of charge to employees with the following matters: emotional wellness, workplace success, wellness and balance, marriage, family, and relationship issues. And this stuff is not just free, available 24/7. I personally had to use EAP when it came to my mental health a lot. I use those services, okay? But they also, like I said, have financial wellness and things when it comes to relationships. So use that perk, because generally speaking, you're not also paying for this either. So why not use it? Look at your options, maximize those options, use what works for you, don't use the things that don't work for you, and you gotta actually know yourself. Because a lot of people don't even realize when they leave the money on the table when it comes to their benefits, and when they're like, why does the company pay me more money? Don't forget, your total compensation includes your benefits, not just your wages. So look at what benefits that the company offers. And I will even say this, if you even want to throw this into your interview because it wasn't available on the job description from the application that you applied to online, ask them, hey, what are the actual benefits that this offers besides the wages? And understand what you're getting into. Are you going into the place where your mental well-being is going to be looked at, addressed, and you're going to be loved on? Or is this a place where you are meant to completely grow out yourself outside of that? Because you need to make sure that you're taking into account how you can continually enhance your well-being, because you deserve to have the life that you've always wanted to have. But look at your employer benefits. And also we'll say this, don't jump, if you're an entrepreneur, because I'm an entrepreneur coach, do not jump the gun and say, F this employer, F this person, and these culture of people, I'm done with it all. Do you have an actual financial plan though? Do you? Do you? What is your plan B? How are you going to make money another way? If you don't even know that answer, do not just quit your job. I'm also going to say that do not just quit your job. Make sure that you have your ducks in a row. Make sure you already know what you're going to do. Because when I left a company that was making $40,000, I had something to go next to, because I was always taking care of other people's kids and I was a nanny. So I went back to nannying, and I was the best nanny ever because I did work. Okay, I did work. I was really good. It didn't matter if the kids were abused, whether they were having issues with their ADHD. And when I say issues, I mean the parents thinking that they have issues and they don't. They just learn a different way kind of thing. I've helped all these type of things. So I knew I had that to fall back to if I'm not going to be in the corporate job, because the corporate job, I was getting constantly abused and I had to let it go or I would have killed myself. I had suicidal ideation. I had it where I was going to do it. And my husband had to pull me before I did anything, okay, to myself. So when I'm saying you got to take care of these benefits, do these benefits, utilize these benefits. Because when you have your own company, this part right here is expensive if you don't have the money like that. And if you're going to do a business, why not start it while you have a business And then you can use that money that you are making from your employer to fund your business. You're your own angel investor. In addition to that, you can literally build your business while you're doing the other thing. And when your business gets to that certain point that you've already established for yourself of when you're going to quit that job, because you now can afford all your health benefits, your wellness benefits, and still make a profit that you can live on, then go ahead and say, here's my resignation. And the thing is that if you're really good, okay, if you're really good, you go and say, here's my resignation. But if you ever need that type of assistance again, I can always work for you as a contractor through my business. That's what's called C2C. C2C. Okay, business to business. Okay, contracts, if you feel me. So make sure that you maximize what you can maximize wherever you are, because you are abundant. And a lot of us don't realize how abundant we are because we're not taking the time to actually explore and to see some things. So go ahead, and I implore you to sign up for benefits from your employer that actually work for you, not for jam schmo, not for mama pop, not from sister brother, not from no one in your family but besides yourself. What will work best for yourself? Because generally speaking, you're covering yourself. And if you're married, you're covering yourself and your spouse. And if you're married with kids, you're covering yourself, your spouse, and dependents. Not independence, but dependence, okay? Because I just used those two words next to each other, and I was like, that's not a word that I'm trying to put together. So do that. You got this. I am 100% rooting for you. You know, the next part is I generally give you like the, hey, where to find me, and all the gift giving. So let's say that you're like, Charente, I get it, but I also need some assistance. Is there any way like you can help me? Head over to jclb21.com. That is where you can schedule a call with me for a free consultation to let me know the scope of what you actually need so that I can provide that assistance, that support. The main thing that I do, doesn't mean I don't do all the other things. The main thing I do is I am an entrepreneur and startup consulting company where I come in, I evaluate the business as well as I see where the inconsistency are, the gaps are, and I help you plug that by using tools such as softwares to enhance what you're already doing. Not subtract, but to enhance. And that's what I do. But mind you, I also do that for people in their life and their health and their emotional well-being and all the in-betweens, as well as tech support. This is who I am. So if you're looking for any of that type of stuff, head to jclb21.com. If you're just like, well, I'm not ready to commit to something like that, but I need to see where I am in life because I want to have a better life. I want to be able, when I'm doing this vision board stuff, to be actually to truly vision, and I'm having some issues with that. I got you. When you head to the jclb21.com website, you're also going to see the life check-in form. Click on that. That is going to be an intake form that's going to give you all your ins and outs when it comes to your health, your finances, and your career, as well as let you know about if your mind is serving you or if it's not. And then where does it come from and how are you sabotaging yourself? All for free. So go utilize that free resource too. You have a lot of things that are free out there that can assist you. Take advantage of this right now. If you were ready to listen to another episode of Affirmation Station and you're not on the Wisdom app and you're on the current place that you're listening stuff on, continue to support. Hit that subscribe, hit that like, and put a review if you will, okay? Let me know how this show is helping you today. I gotta know. If I don't know, how can I grow? I'm not getting no feedback. Give me some feedback. I'll love some feedback, okay? And the next thing is, if you're looking to join a community because you're like, I feel like I'm alone. You're never alone, ever. Never, ever, baby, never, ever. You can join the community. It's called Lighten Up Your Life with Charente Community, and it's literally where I talk about all these things, all these fun things. And I give also daily affirmations because you got to make sure you're setting your intention for the day before your day starts so that the day can go into alignment with that, whatever that affirmation was, because you truly believe it. Faith without works. What? Faith without works. Okay. And the last thing I'm going to give you is this, is that if you are looking to do your vision board, you're ready to do your financial plan and have a mantra to go after that, or you're looking just to have a journal where you can just talk about yourself and there's the right ways. Also know that I love me journal. Head over to my Etsy shop. You can find that in my link tree or go to JCLB21 and click shop. I made this so easy for you. It is everywhere. Just click and buy from there. Oh, snap, crackle, pop. We just gotta stop. You already know what time it is. When we hear that, it means that I'm not telling you to get out of bed. I'm not telling you to go home. I ain't your manager. I don't got that authority. But I'm just letting you know we're going to the next destination. I want to thank you so very much for listening in and riding with me to Affirmation Station. You may now exit the train and head to your destination. Remember, there are transfer lines available to the best day ever on platform 2 or the worst day ever on platform 3. Choose wisely how you're going to see your day on today. I will see y'all, or actually talk to y'all, this coming Thursday, sometime in the morning Pacific, because I can't tell you because I'm traveling right now, live, so we can talk about the 5 love languages and how they can phenomenally change your life. Because I will say this. When it comes to the love languages, it's taught that it's how you receive love from others and stuff like that. But I'm going to bring it one further. It's how you love yourself too. Are you taking the time to love yourself in all these different ways? It's not sometimes about the others. It's more about you because you attract the others. So let's work on you and your self-love because that's what we're going to work on. And if you know someone, okay, or you are someone who feels love doesn't exist or that you don't feel loved no more, you just feel numb, you don't want to freaking miss this episode because I'm going to go in. I'm going to give you guys what has happened for me when I've adapted this to myself. I'm going to give you the do's and the don'ts when it comes to these love languages so you can make sure that you are holding integrity with yourself, so you can build your self-confidence, so you can do the things that you want to do in life and live the dream life and really be all about yourself in the right kind of ways. That is what this episode is going to be about. So make sure you tune in, baby. Make sure you tune in. And I also want to thank Doobie for all the claps and love that he's been given because I do see it and I will acknowledge you. Thank you, Doobie, for all that you do. Thank you for your journey to self-love, and all the in-betweens because you have been an amazing, flowing, phenomenal friend that I've made on the Wisdom app. So thank you for all that you do, sir. I love each and every one of y'all to infinity and beyond. I hope you have a fantabulous day. Ta-ta for now. Affirmation Station, Affirmation Station. What's today's affirmation? Ta-ta. Thank you so much for listening to this new episode of Affirmation Station Show. Remember to rate and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast streaming platform. Be sure to give me a follow or DM me on Instagram at Charente Carr your key takeaways and your thoughts on this episode and what future topics I should cover. That's all for now. Until next time, see you.